So today on the Daily Drift, we got a couple different things that we're going to work on. And basically, we're going to take this wheel, we're going to get it out of here. We're going to get some of these wheels over here and pop them on here and see if we get a little bit more steering angle in there. Who knows if it'll fix anything, we'll see. Basically, we're rubbing a little bit too much right now, and we're going to see if we can fix that problem.
Faith in me, real behold. The skies are cast, they are foretold. Watch the stars when I'm gone. When I am
Okay, so all I'm doing now, jacking this up, basically, I'm going to basically try taking these wheels off, but I want to show you the steering angle that we're getting right now, and then to give you an idea of what we might be able to get out of it. But first, I just broke the lugs loose. So I'm going to get some jack stands under this side, then we're going to go do the other side. Woo! Good Lord. It's sketchy sometimes. That's okay though. I need the baby jacks. I need my baby jacks. I need my baby jack, baby jack. I need my baby jack. Chili's baby jack. Alright. Okay. So now I want to give a demonstration. So the demonstration I want to give is how much steering you got. That's complete lock that way, and that seems okay. Now the only reason we can go that far right now is because the suspension is all the way down. So when there's weight on this, we can't go that far. It rubs before that. It actually rubs a little bit quicker. And you can see, I'll get the thing and I'll show you where we're rubbing. We're rubbing really bad. Okay, you can kind of see now where this is just chunking out parts of the inner tire, right? Okay, so you can see how it seems like this is decent, right? You've got like decent angle, but that's because it's unsprung. When the weight of the car gets down, it rubs really bad, and it's because this is such a wide tire. This is a 245. Like it's just too much for this car. It's just not fitting, unless if I got like some wheel spacers, but I don't want to do that. It's just too much stress, and you can see we're rubbing here too. Like it's just rubbing everywhere. We don't want that. It's just not good. So we're gonna try putting some different wheels on here and see if that helps. We're gonna try putting the ones that are in the back in the front. They're much smaller. They're 350Z wheels, and they should fit a little bit better. So let's do that. All right, let's get to it. Guys, I don't know if any of you guys are FC guys, RX-7 guys, any of you guys in town. I can't find dust caps. I've been looking all over, they don't make them anymore. If any of you guys got like a used pair or a used set, let me know, because I'm missing one for the other side and I need one bad. Alright, so there's one wheel off. Let's see if that wheel fits better on this side. Okay, so I want to illustrate, you can see here where we're rubbing, and it's pretty bad. Like, that's a lot of rubbing. It's hitting the lower control arm, it's hitting like the actual body right there pretty bad. That's cutting up the tire, like that's not good. And yeah, so that's the main spot. And then obviously you can see like here where we're hitting on the sway bar too. But like, to give you an idea like just how much angle is left in this kit. But when you're looking at this kit, this is the stopper right here. It's almost all the way out for adjustment. So like this thing can go all the way back for all that extra amount of movement. And we've got it all the way out and we're still rubbing. So there's plenty of room for improvement. It's definitely more an issue of wheel fitment. Not bad for a full drift event. I mean, we got a good solid, probably like, I don't know, maybe 10 laps on those. They're still decent. Not bad. So now what we gotta figure out is, once we get this puppy on here, is how we're gonna get it to work with steering angle. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this on here and just see if this gives us any more. So this is a 225 45? No, this is a 50. So this is a 225 50, but what I wanna do is go to a 225 40, but this is still, you can see that it's not as wide as the one that I had. So this is what we had before. This is what we have now. So if I put them like this, you can see that it's just slightly smaller. It's not much, but it's enough that that little bit right there might help. I don't know if it will, but we'll find out. The other thing is the way that it mounts is slightly different, so we'll see if it makes any world of difference, and if it clears. So let's see what happens. It's the best way to do it sometimes, just to try it. This is kind of where we're at. Right about here, which is pretty much the same as with the other one as far as steering angle goes before we rub. Now, from what I can tell, I think if this tire was a little bit smaller and a little bit less wide, we might be able to squeeze just a little bit more out of there. Also, when we go this way, we hit right on the sway bar. So I'm thinking I might just take the sway bar out, because the thing is, when you do a V8 swap on these, a lot of times what you gotta do is you gotta move the sway bar forward an inch, so it kind of gets even more in the way. So if I take that out, what that's gonna do is that's gonna make it to where basically it's gonna clear up a little bit more space, and also it's gonna make it to where the front end is a little bit more flexible. So in theory, it should make it to where when we go to turn in, it should be a little bit more easy to stay grounded on the front end. Now the rear, we've got a sway bar and it's gonna be super stiff, so we want it to break loose really easy. But the front, we want it to be super flexible and stay grounded as much as possible. So I don't know how this is gonna go. We're just gonna try it, because I mean, we're just kind of trying new things and see what works. We don't know. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take the sway bar off, see if we can get a little bit more clearance out of this, and then I'm gonna come up with an idea for a different tire size, something that we can that'll fit in here a little bit better, so we can get a little bit more out of this. Because this, like the steering angle in this thing, like we could get so much more, but we just rub. Like right here, we're rubbing, but it's rubbing on the metal back here. So we'll have to figure something out. So back to the drawing board. Okay, so for right now, this wheel's not gonna work because it's so tall, or I mean the tire is so tall. So what we're gonna do though is we're gonna check to see where the actual wheel is. So you can see basically that this wheel is setting pretty decently as far as the line goes with this ball joint right there. Not too bad, and you can see like where it is on that one, and in line with the shock, it has plenty of clearance. So the wheel might be fine. We might just need to get a better fitting tire, because it seems to clear fairly well as far as everything else is concerned. It's not like, it just rubs. And you can see like even when we go to hit the lock, okay, so when we're here, it's rubbing in there, right? Before it even gets to the control arm. Because this tire is so thick, like you can see it's like super tall. So what we need is a thinner tire, and I think this wheel will fit a lot better. So yeah, I'm gonna go put the other wheel on and let's see the difference and see how it does. Okay, and here's the other wheel. Interesting to note that the rim actually sits basically the same. This is a 9-inch rim, so you know, I'm actually surprised by this. Like, this 9-inch rim actually fits really well. Like, it fits almost like that rim that we had in there before was a 7.5. This is a 9-inch rim, and it fits in here almost basically the same. So that's interesting. Well, to be honest, after seeing all this, I can't really justify putting the smaller tire and smaller, like, this 9-inch wheel fits on here basically the same as that 7.5. So the difference is the tire. So maybe it's not the wheel. Maybe what I need is just a smaller tire in general. So maybe instead of this sidewall, maybe I need a smaller sidewall and a smaller width, and we'll just stretch it. I don't know. I don't know what the best option is. So if you guys have any suggestions, you know, leave it down in the comments. Put it down below and let us know what you think, because I don't know. I like the way these wheels look personally. These are like my favorite wheels. I think they look better than those, but I mean, what are you gonna do, right? So yeah, I don't know. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to take out the sway bar, see if we can make a little bit more room, a little bit more clearance in there. Yeah, so let's do that. All right, so guys, check this out. So this is another reason why you always gotta check your stuff. This was hand loose. I didn't loosen that at all. Yeah. So yeah. So I'm gonna double check all of my nuts and stuff to make sure I gotta check to make sure all my nuts are still on here, right? Cause that's not reassuring. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the rest of this out. What I'm gonna do is get a hammer. Oh yeah. Uh-oh. I don't wanna lose all of our pieces. Oops. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put all these, just in case if I ever decide to keep it, I'm going to put all these pieces back on here the way that they were. So that way I can remember the order if I decide to put my sway bar back on, which I'm not going to, but that's how I have it, so we're good. So now this is loose. Get on to the next side. Next step, just gonna remove these 2 bolts. Should be 10 millimeter. Oh yeah, the last ones were 16. Whew, all right, got them. No more sway bar. All right, there she is. Okay guys, so do you think it made a difference? You tell me. That's rubbing right there, right? Okay, so that's rubbing. Okay, so let's see what we're working on. You can see it's hitting that little lip, like right there. It's that little lip, which I could probably hammer that in, but the problem is, so like, if I hammer that in, what's really the point? Because if I'm just gonna rub back here, see? I rub in that back area anyway. Rub, 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 rub. Rub, 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 rub. I would say it's definitely better. So maybe I should. Maybe I should. Should I do it, guys? Should I? It's just that one lip. You know, I could just hammer it back. Just hammer that little, just this little lip right there. Hammer it flat. I think I should do it. Well, anyway, let's just see if we can do this. wish I had a bigger hammer. That would be really nice. It's one of those times where, you know, you gotta think, what if there's just like some magic trick where you could just snap your fingers and it would just be better? I'd say that's better. Now I think maybe we might have to just spray some paint on it, but other than that, see how much more room we get. Well, now it's not even hitting. It's actually rubbing on the actual, that's the steering, that's max steering. That's not, that's no longer rubbing on the body. So that's no longer a rubbing issue. I mean, it'll probably rub when we drop the suspension and everything, but. All right, so now I gotta go do it on the other side. Fortunately, we have some BC coilovers. Nice part about BC is you can adjust the camber. We don't have ours set all the way out yet, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust this camber. We're gonna push the camber all the way out, and we're gonna see if we can get a little bit more clearance that way. It's gonna look goofy, but it might help, and we might actually get a little bit more clearance that way. So what I'm doing here is I'm loosening all these little set screws, basically. So this way I can move this thing, because it's just, it allows me to adjust the camber, pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say. So now I should be able to, yeah. Okay. So now, so what it does is it lets me do that. So now that I got that set, then all I gotta do is just tighten these down. And what that's gonna do is it's just gonna give me more camber. Okay, so to give you guys an idea of what adjusting the camber does. So when I push the camber, and what I'm doing is I'm basically pulling the wheel out this way, right? So what that does is it makes it so when it's out here, it pulls it away from all the internal components. So that way I have more turn. It's turning more out, basically out here, away from all the stuff that it can hit. So now it basically gives me a little bit more clearance when I'm going to turn. Also, when you see how it's got that angle now? It's a little bit different than what it was. So when I'm in the corners, right? So if you start and you're angled like this, right? So what's gonna happen is as gravity sets in and you put weight on it, it's gonna wanna lean like this and you're gonna get more traction in the corners. So if you start and you're already straight and then you get into the corner, it's gonna wanna roll over it, and you don't want that. You wanna have it starting slightly cambered, right? So it's kinda like what we're doing, but we'll see. We'll just have to play with it and see if we can get the right angle. And we'll just kind of go from there. What I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna try to raise the height of the car by adjusting these coilovers. So when I first got these, they were used. I didn't get the actual tools that you're supposed to use to basically fix them. So yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Also, when I first adjusted them, I guess I didn't do it right. And I turned this the wrong way, so it's sitting, it was compressing the spring, I guess. So I have to lower this down a little bit. So I'm bringing this down, and I'm gonna get it basically the same size on both sides. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna undo this and loosen it so that way I can basically raise the height of the vehicle and measure it. So we'll go from there. The car's good. Says the Miata driver. So next what we're gonna do is just unbolt this, and then we'll be able to turn it and basically make it taller. That's the plan. For the RX-7, you need 17 mils. I find it's easier to use a wrench and a socket. It's just easier to get on there. And you just crank it on there, loosen that puppy off. And you do the same thing on the bottom one. You won't be able to see it, but it's real easy. There we go. Oh. All right, well, this just fell down a little bit. So what we're measuring is the distance between these 2 points, okay? And we want to make sure it's the same. So you can measure any of these 2 points, make sure it's the same. So what I'm gonna do is to make this thing taller is I'm gonna make it longer. If I wanted to make it shorter, I would just tighten it up. But because I wanna make it taller, I'm going to spin it out. Let's try like a 1/2 inch. I know it's like my thumb. Okay, so yeah, about a 1/2 inch. We'll see, maybe it looks goofy, maybe it doesn't. We'll see, so we'll put it together and we'll see what it looks like. It might be goofy as hell, it might not. And we'll do that same thing on the other side to make sure that it's completely even. Okay, so now we're just gonna assemble this back together and then go do the same thing on the other side. And yes, I know, flip-flops are not the proper attire for safety equipment, but you know what? I don't care. I just don't care. And I want to be comfortable, so if I lose my toes, I lose my toes, you know? It is what it is. Yeah, I normally wear shoes, but today I just felt like wearing flip-flops. And you know what? It's America and freedom, so I'm gonna do what I want. Gotta love it, baby. Gotta love it. Now I know this is gonna set pretty high. It's probably gonna look a little bit goofy, but we'll see. It might not. It might look okay. We're not worried about the look so much as we are the function. That is what is important here. If it doesn't work, what's the point? So I know I'm gonna offend a lot of you stance guys, and I'm sorry. I will say, I can respect the stance thing. I can respect any build. I used to own a Civic. I know, get your jokes out now. Yeah, I own a Civic. They're great vehicles, I don't care what anybody says. Those things are reliable as hell. You could fill those things up with rocks and they'll run forever. You know? So I don't care what you gotta say about a Civic. Civics are great. They're just not good drift cars. Well, I don't know. Maybe if we could turn one into one, that would be pretty sweet. I mean, I've always liked the look of them. I just don't like front wheel drive. But the thing is, I can respect any build. I love muscle cars. I like drift cars. I like trucks. I like everything. The point is, you know, don't hate on something just because it's different. You know, everybody's different. Everybody's got their own likes. There's things I like that you guys probably don't like, and there's things you might like that I don't like. We can have differences and still be okay. So embrace those differences. That's what makes us all great. Sometimes you doing something different and me doing something different, we can use those differences to make something great. Put those differences and put them together, now you've got something that's just amazing. I mean, look, that's how this car came together. You've got a lot of Japanese influence with American muscle all put together, and it creates this amazing, fun car that otherwise it just, who would have done this? Like, I mean, I know a lot of people have done this now, but I'm saying that the concept is, it's a combination of cultures, you know, so you gotta always think outside the box and don't always put other people down. You gotta think, not necessarily how is being different bad, but how is being different gonna help you? Different is good. Be different all the time. Nothing wrong with it. All right, so now we got this basically set up. We double checked the measurement and it fits nice and easy. So now we're gonna do, all this stuff's locked down. I'm gonna cut all this shit out. We're gonna put the wheels back on, and then we're gonna get this thing back on the ground, see how everything fits, and see if we made any improvement. Well, hello there. Hola. This is the wax on, wax off method. Number 4 no sauce. Hi. Yeah. And then you move to the next one. And you just, oh, it's already there. Okay. That's that. So now we're just gonna get off the jacks and see how it sits. Well, I'd say it's sitting a little bit higher. Look at that front. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. Wait a second. Can you get your shoe in there? Perfect.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. All right, well, let's see if we get any more function out of this.
Having trouble, what are you gonna try to do?
I'm gonna try to turn the wheel, but...
Did you want to take it for a drive?
I can't hit it.
There, I can get it. You want me to get in here?
Sometimes it's nice to be a small man.
Yeah, let's see it. Keep going. Okay, is that hitting? No way. Seriously? Wait, okay. No way, dude. Seriously?
Yeah, I'm hitting.
That's insane. Like, okay, I need to lay under the car real quick so don't turn it, but like, is this? It's not touching. Wait a second, no way. I can fit my hand in there.
Just to keep it easy, I'm gonna put the power steering on.
Oh my God, go the other way. Go the other way, no way. Dude, can we can actually get full lock now. Go the other way, all the way. Can we do that? Are we gonna be able to do this? Oh, it's kind of hard to see. Wait.
Let me see.
Keep going.
Is there more?
Keep going, there's still room. Holy shit.
Huh?
That's awesome. So, yeah, you're not even touching, dude. So, we're maxing it out. Like, we're not hitting anywhere. Like, dude, that's fucking awesome.
I wanna see it.
Like, that's so much better than what it was. Like, so much better. You can't, you're not gonna be able to get out of there. It's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry. But like, dude, this is like, I am beyond, like, this angle doesn't do it justice. Let me go here, take the camera, I'll show you.
Oh my Jesus.
I don't even think, and I think it's just maxing the steering rack. It's not rubbing. Yeah, and we're not hitting up here anymore either. Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Goddamn.
that made a huge difference. And now I get to keep all the extra tire. So,
That's what's up.
that's pretty sweet.
That's what's good.
That's pretty sweet.
You're leaving me hanging.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, I didn't see it. So, if you enjoyed this, make sure to smash that like. If you guys like our videos, please subscribe.
Please.
We love subscribers. We love you guys. And the more we can get, the merrier. We want you guys to be a tight community, help each other out. You know, drifting's supposed to be a fun sport. It's supposed to be competitive, but we also want to have fun too. So if you're not having fun, why are you really doing it? Because there's a lot of shit you could be pissed about in life. Drifting shouldn't be one of them. This should be fun. So if you guys like this kind of stuff, give us a subscribe, give us a like, and we'll see you guys in the next one.